Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Fireside Chat. Today is Monday, June 8th, and I am happy to be joined by Matt Winches. He's our construction manager here on the west side for Porter Hills. And before we get into why Matt is here today, I wanted to do a little housekeeping and talk about some topics that are still we're hearing here at Cook Valley. And right off the gate, I want to talk about Executive Order 2020-110, which really affects our community here, and we remain closed to non-essential visitors. Other things that are closed in our community include the pool, the gym, and our dining room. So even though the at-home stay order has been lifted for our county, our community still remains guided under that latest executive order. So stay tuned for more details. In addition to that, we still are getting reports of residents and staff who are not wearing their mask while in public spaces. As a reminder, you are required to wear your mask if you're in the big house or any public areas that are inside a building. Other questions include residents of homes and townhomes, are they able to come inside the big house? The answer is yes. This is their community. Same rules apply, mask and social distance. Stay tuned towards the end of this week as we have announcements for phase 2 of our reopening plan. Those will be coming to you hopefully by the end of the week. And back to the most exciting topic, Matt here talking about himself and also a little bit about the project that he's here to take care of. So Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been with the UMRC in Porter Hills for about 8 months now, and I am the construction manager on the west side. My previous experience was working on the general contracting side as a project manager, so I've made the transition now to the owner's rep side and working with you guys. So
excellent. So Matt, the timeline for this project, I see vehicles up on the hill today. It's today.
Yeah, construction kicked off today. So today we're working on our mock-up unit, we're calling it. And that is just to kind of get a gauge for the fit and finish of the finished product and for us to review as a team and to see if it's what we want to move forward with. So
excellent. From my understanding, this will probably last until the snow falls towards the end of October.
Yeah, yep. It's I think just the sheer magnitude, the number of units on this campus is kind of what's making it drag on longer than it would seem. But yeah, it'll be dragging on until late fall, early winter. So
lots of moving pieces in this project. Several different vendors doing decks, doing driveways, doing finishes around houses. A lot of moving pieces. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the storage sites that we're going to be using and also the hours of operations that they'll have here on the property?
Yeah, so for the most part, you'll see the majority of the storage down at the main campus here. The back parking spots that are flagged right now with pylons, they will use some fencing back there as well. That will be the majority for storage and for any overflow parking for the contractors. And in terms of the working hours, you can expect them to arrive. You might see them around 6:30, 7 o'clock, but we ask them not to start any noisy activity until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Excellent. Did want to just talk a little bit about probably the biggest headache is going to be the driveways and the tear up and the reinstall. And you did send out some communication recommending that residents could park on the road. And one of the things I want to touch on is if you have 2 vehicles and the one primary vehicle you use, we would recommend on the road, but the other second vehicle should be parked down probably in our lower level parking lot down by the big house, just so we have less traffic up on the road and a little safer work zone for us. So, Matt, speaking of communications, you sent out a few already. What should the residents be expecting to have in their hands? I think the first one was the playbook in the introduction, right?
Yeah, yep. So the first thing we received out to you guys was a design playbook, which kind of went over the selected finishes for your dwelling. After that, we released a repair and enhancement program schedule, which kind of went over the whole schedule as a whole and how we plan to phase out the deck replacements and the driveway replacements. And that's going to be a key tool for us to communicate back to you which week your unit's going to be worked on. So excellent.
Also, you will be sending out a construction notice to those dwellings that are affected. When will that go out?
Yeah, so the first batch are actually going to go out today after this meeting, and it will be a week in advance, and it will let you know that your dwelling is coming up next week. And then we'll be following up with a phone call 3 days prior to commencing the work, just letting you know that the weather looks good, the schedule looks good, and will be planned as noted on the schedule. So
And you were also sending out a safety guideline for the whole community too, from my understanding.
Yep, that'll also be going out today. Just would like you to take your time to review it. Obviously, there's a lot of traffic that may be going on, construction traffic, so just take some time to review that, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.
Excellent. As I mentioned, Matt's role is to lead this construction project. However, we've had lots of questions and inquiries already. And as a reminder, please send those to Kelly and myself. I know everyone is very highly in tune with this project and the needs of our community. But we'd like Matt to be able to focus on what his true scope is, and that's wrangling these construction teams and making sure this project gets going and goes the correct way. So please send your general inquiries or questions to me and Kelly, and if we need to enlist the expert Matt to get the answer, we will. So that's what we ask. On to the controversy of the day, Matt. Lots of scuttlebutt around our community. Who decided our scope of this project? And I'm happy to say it wasn't me, it wasn't Kelly, and it wasn't Matt. But who did we involve, Matt?
So we had multiple third-party consultants come through, I think it was back in 2019, to really assess the campus as a whole, and really dictate what we did to bring this campus up to par, if not higher. And that's kind of how we decided on the scope of work, and they've kind of guided us along the way to really push us in the right direction and set us up for the future.
Excellent. And then from that point, the strategic team and the board were met to approve the scope of this project. And so that leads us to the next question is, there are a lot of things that are going on in our homes and townhomes around the community that aren't involved in this scope. And me and Matt want to assure you that we will take note, we will document, and we will try to get as much of it done while we're out working about. But we are also going to establish timelines for things that aren't included in this project and try to get you some feedback on when we might be able to achieve some of these one-off issues that we might have out there. So again, Matt's trying to keep the narrow line with these construction teams. So if you have something that is of concern on your dwelling, please reach out to me directly, and I will work with Matt and Chris to establish who is responsible and get you a time on when we might be able to get to that project. So anything else, Matt, that you want to highlight about Cook Valley and this first part of master planning, phase 1?
I'm excited, so I hope you all are too, and we're excited to get going here. So
absolutely. I did have one last hot topic. Who's going to move my deck furniture? No worries. As part of this big jigsaw puzzle, Matt's 10-day notice will also go out to our internal EVS team so that we can plan accordingly and get your deck furniture relocated off of the decks and stored below in a safe area. So bear with us as we get the bugs out over the next couple of weeks, but we'll be in contact with you and assist you with getting your deck furniture removed so that the project will go smoothly. No, we won't set it up in the middle of the yard. No, we won't put it in your neighbor's deck, but we will make sure it's stored and put back on your deck when the project's done. So,
awesome.
Matt, I really appreciate you coming in and joining us. I think it's going to be a fun summer together. We do like to have fun here at Cook Valley, so please everyone welcome Matt and show him that Cook Valley love. So until we meet again, have a great afternoon.
Thank you.